In this video, I'm looking at the excitedly named K&F Concept 31.037. Don't know what it is? Well, keep watching and I'll tell you. It might just make a real difference to your photography. Roll titles. Well, hi YouTube, Brian James with you once again, and a happy 2025 to you. I hope you had a wonderful, peaceful Christmas, and I hope you're having a really good new year. Nice to see you again. And what's this all about, K&F Concept 31.037? Well, I'll tell you a bit of a story before I get to what it is properly. What it is, it's an accessory for an accessory. And I don't do reviews of accessories for accessories very often, but this one fell into my lap at the perfect time. So I'll tell you the background, then I'll tell you about the product because it's well worth watching for. Well, I had a very quiet Christmas because of circumstances outside my control. I've been stuck in the house an awful lot. Very, very quiet Christmas and New Year. And as you may or may not know, I'm in the process of emigrating. So I've been wanting to take some photographs of things to put onto eBay to sell off, to declutter before I go across there. And I've been struggling, and it's not very often I admit to being struggling with photography. I can usually do most things. But because I don't have access to a lot of the stuff that I normally have, I've been stuck in the house and a lot of my other gear is away. I've been struggling to take photographs because I've got a setup where I'm trying to take photos, but the lighting's always wrong. It's in the wrong place. But every time I do on my conventional tripods, try and take a photograph of what I'm doing, either papers or books or items, the shadows are just atrocious. There's always tripod legs and things in the way. And so I decided I was going to try and reach out to K&F Concept, who've been really good in the past, and asked if they had a solution. And not only did they have a solution, they had a brand new one which has just been released. And it's this. This is the K&F 31.037. It's an upgrade to the equally excitingly named K&F 31.010. You get the drift of it. Basically, it's an extension arm for a tripod. Now, I've got a really good tripod from K&F Concept. I've really enjoyed having it. In fact, my sister now has a K&F Concept tripod which she's bought, and she's thrilled with it as far as I know. And it's been absolutely perfect. But the trouble is with tripods, to try and get the camera to the position you want it to be, it's very, very awkward. There's always shadows from the legs. If you've got something inside the tripod, you've got to try and get rid of the shadows for the legs, and you can't get the lights to where you want it. Well, I wanted an extension arm, but the extension arm that I've normally got is about 2 foot long. It's ungainly, it's painful to carry, and I wanted something shorter. Well, K&F came up with the answer to this, and as I say, it's this arm. So let's have a look at the arm, and I'll tell you a little bit about the spec, and I'll tell you why I'm actually excited about an accessory for an accessory. Well, as I say, I wanted to sell some stuff on eBay, and I wanted some good photographs without shadows, without everything else. So I've got a small setup here. I'm in my dining room. Sorry if the light's a little bit too bright, but it's set up for the shoot rather than anything else. And I've got my nice little travel tripod that I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, which I'm really impressed with as well. And that's got one of my Cinepia CF100 on, which again I reviewed not so long back. I really like this light. It's directable, it's useful, it's usable. And I've got my little G100 stuck on top of this. And this, as I say, this is a nice short arm, but it holds the item well clear. And you can see there's not a shadow anywhere, when you're looking from the top at least, there's not a shadow anywhere on the equipment. There's no legs from the tripod shown in the shot that I've got on the camera. And it's just nice and neat and easy. Now, this isn't a long review, but what I will tell you is a little bit about it. It's made of magnesium alloy, and it's absolutely tough as old boots. It really is. It's not insubstantial. It's got quite a mass amongst it. So what is it, and why do I particularly want to have it here? Well, as I say, I wanted to go out further from the tripod just to hold it that bit of distance to one side so that the legs don't get in the way. But that causes other problems. And one of the problems if you've got a heavy camera, now I've got a G100 which is nice and light. But if we go to the back end here, there's a nice hook, spring-loaded hook, which I can load a weight onto here. Quite often I put a camera bag or something of that sort of ilk just in the back end just to keep it stable. But with this setup, it's not too bad at all. It's fairly universal too, so it will. You can use it on tripods which have either a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch screw thread, and everything comes with it. So I could use it on the K&F Concept tripod that I have here, but I could also use it on my newer tripod that I tried the other week, because you can literally unscrew the head from the main shaft in the tripod. Because you've got a dual thread extension into there, you can easily adapt it over. And there's even a step down to take it into all the threads, where you're going into one which doesn't have its own extension, where it's a female rather than a male thread coming out. It is just so adaptable. The fittings on it are superb. I'm really impressed with it, because it's up to the same standard that I've seen with the rest of K&F products. It really is good. The orange set against the black fits perfectly with the tripod that I've got. And the fittings themselves, I'll just show you this. They're good. The magnesium alloys as well. They're very nicely threaded. They're smooth, and the whole thing is just nicely put together. The clamps and things are all perfect on this, and it's very easy just to adapt. I really like it on here. On the top, you can see that if you want to take things, if you're doing something where you want to have accuracy, you've got a 360-degree graded centerpiece there. A locking ring, which is really nice. Comes with a little nut and a locking ring to make things easy, just to lock it off and get a good steady shot. And because I'm using my own head, any head that you have will go onto this. And because it's got the multiple thread options on here, you're almost guaranteed it's going to fit your tripod. It really is good. So why have I got it, as I say, to be able to do the smaller extended shots in macro. But also, I think this would be great if you're going to be doing some macro work outside in the field. I'll just turn myself around, because it is small. It's lightweight. As I say, it's about half the length of the extension arm that I have on previously, which is now languishing in the garage. Now this is available from K&F website. If you use the link below and use the Brian James code, I think you get about 10% off as well. So if you use my affiliate link, I get a little bit of it, and this is grateful for the channel, but also you get 10% discount by using the code Brian James when you order through the link in my details below this video. So both of us win and get something even better. It's £44.95 retail in the UK. So it's not an expensive piece of kit for something so well made. And it's equally, it's just what I expected. Now, K&F Concept, I've had a few products from, some filters which I've reviewed in the past. Even the filters on this Pocket 3 camera that I'm using are from them, all with that wonderful sort of black and orange design. But this is just a nice piece of icing on the cake, and it's made putting the photographs together for me to sell my stuff on eBay just so much easier. Instead of messing around, it's taken me minutes rather than hours to do the shots. So as I say, this is the K&F 31.037. There is a link straight to it if you look in the description below. And I think it's excellent value for money, really is. It's got about £11, just over £11 load as well. So it's not just some cheap and nasty piece of weakness. It will take a good camera load. And 11.1 means that you can have a substantial camera and also have a substantial lens on it. Now, not only that, by putting this vertical onto the top instead of horizontal like I've got it here, means if you have a shorter tripod, a travel tripod, and you want to have a very, very quick fix to make that tripod taller, especially in the field, just turn it up vertically. You can tilt it perfectly at almost any angle you want to. So this makes a really good extension to have that higher tripod to look over a wall or do whatever you want to do to clear. One of the things that I've done in the past with taller tripods is when I'm pictures of trains, where quite often there's a high fence, and to try and get over that fence so you can take the shots of the trains, have a higher tripod. So I hope you give this a consideration, have a look at it, even if you're not sure, but I would certainly say that this is an extremely good bit of kit for my to my arsenal now. And unfortunately, it's another thing I'm going to be carrying across to Cyprus with me, because I think it's going to be so, so useful. So, as I say, once again, I hope you have a wonderful new year. Thanks very much for watching this video. As I say, I hope not to be held in the house quite so much in the future and get some more videos done, but it's been difficult. You can hear my voice in my throat. It's not been the easiest time. And with Mrs. 4/3 still on crutches from November, we haven't had the most glorious happy Christmas. But I hope you had a far better one. I hope you have a fantastic new year. I'm looking forward to my year, and I'll keep on seeing you soon out there taking photographs and having fun with your photography. Bye-bye.